Today we're going to be working through Halstead's stud earring making kit. It's awesome because it comes with all the things that you need to make 10 pairs of stud earrings. Cute little guys that are a great introduction to earring making and an easy way to practice your soldering. The kit comes with a bunch of different solder ornaments to use as the face element of your studs. It comes with hearts, flowers, triangles, and moons, as well as 20 earring posts and earring backs. And it comes with medium chip solder, so super tiny pieces that are perfectly sized for your earring posts. The tools that we're going to be working with today is a basic soldering setup. We start with a soldering surface. I'm using a honeycomb, but you can use whatever you prefer. A solder pick, solder tweezers. I like to have a pair of cross-locking tweezers and a third arm vise on hand, a torch. A little butane torch is perfectly fine. And I also like to use a ball burr and a Dremel to mark where I'm going to put my post. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to make stud earrings. It's super simple and we are going to whip through it together. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to prep our blanks for soldering. And they really don't need much, but one thing that I like to do is I like to mark where my post is going to go with a ball burr. You don't need to do this, but I like to do it because it means that that mark is always going to be there. So the first thing I'm going to do is on my blanks, I'm going to mark with a Sharpie marker exactly where I want that mark to go. So I'm just drawing a little dot in the center of a pair of hearts, and I'm going to make the other pair with the flower solder ornaments, and I'm going to make sure to flip those over onto the back. The nice thing about these is there's already the center of the flower, so I don't really need to make a mark. There's already a guide for me. I'm going to use my Flux shaft, and I'm going to put in a small ball burr, anywhere from 0.6 millimeters to a millimeter or 1.2 millimeters is going to be a great size for this. All I'm doing is creating a permanent mark where my Sharpie mark is, so that when I'm soldering and that Sharpie mark burns away under the heat, I still know exactly where to place my post. So I'm going to grab that blank and just make a light mark where that Sharpie is. And now we can prep for soldering. I will bring over my solder board, and the first method that we're going to use for soldering the posts on is by utilizing our third arm. So I'm going to coat my blanks in Flux. I like to do both sides. And I'm going to grab my earring posts as well. I'm going to want to make sure to flux those. Make sure that you're getting that whole thing, especially the end that's going to come in contact with your solder element. One side has a little double notch, and that is going to be the outer end. So that side that doesn't have the notches is what's going to go up against your ornament. And then using that third arm, so we've got basically a vise that holds a pair of cross-locking tweezers, and I'm going to pop the notch end of my earring post into the tweezers, and I'm going to orient it so that it stands that earring post right up in the center of my blank. And I want to take a look from all angles and make sure that my post is upright in all senses of the word. I want it nice and even. All right. And with that little chip solder that we've got in our kit, I like to put it in a little container with the letter of whatever kind of solder on it is marked on top. So I'm using medium, so I marked an M on top so I know that this is medium solder. And with my little tweezers, I'm gonna grab one of those chips of solder and I'm going to place it right where that post meets my solder ornament. And I'm also going to put a couple extra pieces of solder on my block here, just in case that one runs away. I'm going to light up my torch. And I'm using a pretty small torch tip because these are small elements that we're working with. We always want that flame to be proportionate to what we're working on. So I've got my torch in one hand and I also have my solder pick in the other hand in case I need to move anything around. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gently heat up my setup right here because some water in that flux might evaporate and I want to try to minimize the bubbling. So I'm just going to heat with the outside of my tip and flame just really gently. And what I want to look for is for that flux to go opaque white, and then I know that I can kind of focus in a little bit more. So I'm going to focus in now. And once that flux goes clear and glassy, I know I can get in there with my solder pick and move that solder around if for some reason that ball of solder jumped away from the post. I want to make sure that that solder is touching both the post and the element. And I'm going to come in, focus my heat, and just watch for that solder to flow. And it already did. Like I said, this is going to go super quick. I'll pop that out of my tweezers and we've already got one soldered on. We'll quench, pickle, and then I'll show you the other method of soldering on your earring posts. Okay, our second method of soldering posts on is just a little bit more complex. It just requires a little bit more comfort in working with your torch. I'm going to flux my blank, pop it on my soldering block, and I'm going to flux my post as well. And I'm going to put that post notch side into a pair of cross-locking tweezers, but I'm not using the third arm this time. I've also got a bunch of that medium chip solder resting out here on my board. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the end of that earring post and we're going to pick up a ball of solder and place that post on the blank and get it to flow. So I'm going to light up my torch, working with a small flame again. I'm going to gently heat my post. Watch for that flux to go clear and glassy. Heat up my solder. Touch the post to my solder and pre-flow that solder onto that post. And now I'm going to come in, heat up my blank. Because my solder is on my post, I don't have to worry about anything jumping or moving around. Place that post right in that divot, hit it with the torch, and get that solder to flow. And now we have a little stud earring. So we'll pickle that guy, and then I'll show you how I like to finish off my stud earrings. All right, so I pulled our little sample studs out of the Pickle, and what I like to do next is kind of optional, but I think it's a really good step when working with stud earrings. So the first thing that you might notice is your post might not be perfectly perpendicular to your solder ornament, which that's totally okay. You can just take a pair of flat nose pliers and just give it a little bit of a tweak so that it is upright. Now, the part that's optional but that I really like to do is I like to give a couple twists to my earring post. And what that does is it helps stiffen that post up. When we soldered it, the heat from our torch annealed our post a little bit and made it a little bit softer. So by twisting it, we're work hardening it and stiffening it back up again. You can use those flat pliers if you want, but I personally like to use parallel pliers. And I'm just gonna grab that post and I'm gonna twist it 2 times in one direction and 2 times in the opposite direction. And I do about 1/4 of a turn each time. And you'll feel that post resist a little bit more as you do more turns. And then if you need to, just, make sure that that post is straight and upright if it got a little bit bent out of shape. And that's your stud earring. And so now you can finish this off however you'd like. If you want to use sandpaper, that's great. One of these little polishing pads is a great option for the surface. You can also use a variety of attachments for your flux shaft. There's all kinds of different things. Throw it in the tumbler, whatever is your personal preference. But this kit is great because it allows you to make 10 pairs of stud earrings and is a really great introduction to soldering and earring making. If you're looking for further education, in-person classes are a great option. Just Google your location and jewelry making classes, and hopefully a couple options will pop up. So thanks for joining us and learning how to make stud earrings. See you next time.